So take it again, please.
Hello, deep learners. I'm Andrew Ng, founder of deeplearning.ai, and I'm excited to welcome you to our global deep learning community. I know that many of you are here today because you want to break into AI and build your career. I hope that being part of this community will help you to do so. To give you a proper welcome, I'd like to show you around the deeplearning.ai offices and meet some of the teams so that you can see where it all happens.
Oh, hi, Andrew.
Do you want to tell our friends at Pine AI what you do at deeplearning.ai?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I make articles and other media that help people learn about AI and help them understand the huge impact that AI is having in the world. Today, I'm putting together the next issue of The Batch, our weekly newsletter, and I'm looking for the biggest stories of the week to keep our readers informed.
What's been the most surprising thing you've run into working on The Batch?
How much is going on in this field? There is never a dull moment. You might think from the outside that machine learning engineers really understand everything about AI, but nobody understands everything about AI because this field is just coming to life right before my eyes as I put this thing together every week.
All right, I know you're really busy, so I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks. See you later.
Let's go meet Kian, who helped me create the deep learning specialization. He's working on an exciting new project. Hey Kian, so do you want to tell the people at Pine AI what you're working on?
Yes, sure. I'm leading a project called Workera, focusing on helping people get offers in AI and navigating their career by testing their skills, preparing for interviews and certifying them, as well as matching and referring them to good jobs in AI.
That's really cool. And what's the most exciting part of your day?
You know, the AI field is new, organizations and jobs are still misunderstood. So I'm excited to help people understand what different types of jobs exist in the field, what tasks they will work on, and what skills are needed to achieve those tasks.
And that's really important work. Well, it's nice chatting. And now let's go chat to Hotel, who is on their product team.
Hey, Andrew.
Do you want to say hi to our friends at Pine AI and let them know what you're working on?
I would love to. Hi, everyone. I lead the product team in deeplearning.ai, where we create AI education content accessible to people all around the world. People like you.
And what are you most excited about right now?
I am so excited to see our community grow and to see how eager people are to learn more about AI.
Thanks, also.
Thanks, Andrew.
So, as you can see, our team is working hard to support you and help you learn. It's never been easier than before to break into AI. So if you want to build a career, you can leverage online resources available, including open source code, datasets, papers, and online courses like a deep learning specialization on Coursera. As part of this journey, I hope you get your hands dirty too. Don't be afraid of diving in to build your own project, or go ahead and try to replicate a research paper that you're excited about. One thing that I've seen help a lot of people succeed is if you can build a community or find a community of fellow deep learners you can meet with and study with on a regular basis. In fact, I hope that this Pine AI meetup that you're at right now will be a good place for you to meet these people. I hope you enjoyed the event today and that you learn a lot, both from the talks and from each other. And once again, welcome to the deeplearning.ai community.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I saw there was a bit of technical issues, echo and all of that. But I think what I'm going to do, I would add the link to this video. I'll upload this video as well to my YouTube channel and add a link to it so that when I'm sharing today's session, I'm going to share the video as well to that particular, the link to the particular video so you can rewatch it again from the founder of Deep Learning AI. Thank you so much. So one of the things he said that got me so excited is that there's so much opportunities and things are happening so fast. And one of the things I also found about the AI space is that AI eats so much into almost everything. Like everything that we do on the internet, there's a machine learning element or there's an artificial intelligence element that can be built on it. In fact, today I had a call with somebody. It's a particular platform that I'm planning an event with, and I realized that these guys have so much data. Why don't they just build a chatbot and share the chatbot? And can I be a project manager for them? So this so much excitement over there, and I'm so excited to have our guest today. Is a serial entrepreneur, built so many fantastic products, and I believe he's going to show us how to monetize AI. It's a very interesting topic. I'm doing a number of things in the AI space. I also want to know how to monetize it and to make money out of it. So I guess he's here. So Mr. Olu, can you kindly unmute yourself, and we're having more people join in. Okay. All right.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Awesome. It's great to have you here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I'm Godwin France, calling from Accra, Ghana. And we have a number of people from, I can see some Nigerians, some Ghanaians here. A lot of people say they can't join because of the timing, but we're going to send a video to them. And we have people from Italy. I've seen a regular guest from Italy here, and from India and so many other countries. So it's a very large community that we have here in the deep learning AI space. And we are so glad to have you here today. So kindly introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, so hi, everybody. How are you guys doing? My name is Olushola Amusan. I am an artificial intelligence evangelist. I'm calling here. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I live in Dallas, Texas, originally from Nigeria. Ghana is my second home. Excited for everybody who is joining. But the world is my oyster, actually. I just finished an artificial intelligence class that had students from 10 countries. So I believe that I'm from everywhere. It's exciting to be here and to be part of the session today. Yeah, looking forward to the thoughts today. I don't know what approach you want us to take in terms of like whether it should be, conversational, or whether you want it to be sort of like whether you want it to be
presentational,
whether you just want me to go on and just
I think the conversational one will be great, to have a conversation, free-flowing, share ideas and thoughts about the industry and what's happening, what the future looks like. Personally, I also have a course coming up. It's on AI chatbots, and I have some data here that says it's going to be $100 billion market in 2 years from now. The year's about to end already. That's a 2025, $100 billion market. For myself, I'm also exploring how I can fit into that market. That is the AI chatbot. But I saw your fantastic course, the cohort you're about to start again, another training, and in terms of monetizing AI. And I believe there's so much opportunity, as we saw Andrew also mentioned. And these are the things I want to explore today. So maybe can you just give us a general overview of where you think the industry currently is right now and where we are going to?
Yeah, I mean, for those who are familiar with the space, you would know that artificial intelligence is now mainstream. I started by saying that for those who are familiar with the space, you would notice that artificial intelligence is now mainstream. It used to be something that was the exclusive preserve of a few academics, a few forward-looking industry professionals. But now it's still like something that only professionals or people that are passionate about AI are building, but it's something that everyone is kind of interested in using. So artificial intelligence is becoming more mainstream, and the predictions about AI, the industry being a $2 trillion industry by the year 2030, all of that prediction is now becoming real. That in 6 years, like it's going to be something that you could actually build an AI company that will have a market cap of 1 trillion because of the desire for people to be able to use it. Now, more people are understanding how artificial intelligence is changing the lives of people. So I want to believe this is the deep learning community, right? So these folks have been coming to sessions before. Okay. So I don't have to do what is AI or any of those kind of things. No, awesome. I just wanted to be sure before I get too deep into it. So yeah. So the interesting thing is that before, if you were doing artificial intelligence, you were just considered as a nerd. You would not be considered as somebody that is, doing anything that is, mainstream. Everybody was just doing digital marketing and cloud and software engineering and all of that. But this subset of computing called artificial intelligence is now really, really taking prevalence, and with new advent of players like OpenAI democratizing, models that either were available only to a few. Large language models can now be accessible by everybody. You sort of use ChatGPT plugins now in your everyday life, from composing emails to writing reports to creating, articles and books, Facebook posts and Twitter posts and threads, and so on and so forth. But beyond that as well, people are beginning to see the value of that, even in conventional professions like law and education and accounting, and these fields are beginning to get, the value. So for me, the value is not so much about how many cool things we can build. It's so much about how people who were not computing people, who were not computer scientists, who were not like technology people, can now use it in their day-to-day life. So I'm more passionate about how you can bring popular models, the large language models, bring GPT, the transformers, and actually take it from the lab to reality, and how a lawyer can write a petition faster because of that, or how an engineer can be able to, solve a problem faster because of that, or how a programmer, can ship a product, a feature quicker because he's writing with Copilot. What are those like specific ways or models, or, what are those specific use cases? That's what I am so much passionate about. In my book, A to Z of AI Consulting, one of the interesting things, and it's very related to this particular conversation we're having now, is I do through concentric circles what AI can do and what AI can do for me. People don't care about what AI can do if you can't show them what AI can do for them. And that's why this is what is interesting. Everybody who is going to make money from artificial intelligence must be right here in the middle, the intersection of this Venn diagram. How can you truly show people what AI can do for them? Because in the middle of this circle is what AI can do for them. So people can care less about what you're doing. I've been doing artificial intelligence, let's say, for the last 6 years, out of about 13 years of doing computing professionally. And my spouse is not in technology. And I usually make it as an example, even though it gets me in trouble sometimes. But my spouse is not in technology. And so, she could care less about all of this I was doing artificial intelligence. But the moment she could use ChatGPT to be able to like write articles and be able to create content for our website, then that began to make sense to her. Oh, this is what you guys have been talking about. So the first thing we need to be able to address is the industry is blowing up. We can see that, startups that only used a couple of weeks are being valued at 10, 25, $40 million. They're raising seeds, raising pre-seed. Startups that are based in the US that have former employees from OpenAI, Google's DeepMind, or any of those places are being valued at 100 million even before starting. So it's crazy. The demand is there clearly from a venture space standpoint. The demand is there from a consulting standpoint. The demand is there from anybody that can even build a chatbot. You guys heard Godwin say he's doing a chatbot training soon. So there is the demand everywhere. It's just blowing up. Even the sales of my book that I published in 2020, the sales of the book started growing because people are like, okay, now I want to get in on this. So as professionals, engineers, enthusiasts that we may be, one of the key things that should matter to us is, how does this change the life of others around me? How does this help this executive to be able to do their work better? How does it help this doctor to be able to do their work better? How does this affect public health? What can we use? How can we create models that can prevent pandemics? What can we do to be able to manage government spend and keep government, officials accountable? What are those AI models that are available for that? How can we improve healthcare, maybe with computer vision, or image recognition and all those things like that. So that's what I'm passionate about, bringing practical AI into the field.
Wow, that was very insightful. Bringing practical AI into the field. Like, I also like the part where you said that people are starting company without even having a functioning product yet. They're having massive valuation already, which is very interesting. I mean, yeah. And you say like as you also say, you published your book way back in 2020, but it's still catching up in sales now. That's a very insightful thing. I feel like if you have to do something now, do it now, because you may never know who will go back and start looking for information of those who have been in the space for quite a long time. You also said the size of the market is $1 trillion. I mean, even what a billion is, we can't really comprehend how much more $1 trillion market. So the deep learning AI community offers for independent event organizers like myself to host events such as this. And in the audience right now, I can see some familiar faces. It's not just for scientists that we have here. I can see a graphic designer, because one of the things you mentioned is about maybe a doctor or a lawyer writing a petition faster, or someone who writes a book, you have to write things faster. You mentioned builders versus users, and you showed us the Venn diagram where we have to focus on, which is very interesting. So for someone like, let's say, I can see that your training also focus on non-technical people. So how do you see them? I mean, someone who maybe the graphic designer that we have here wants to utilize AI. How does she do that?
Yeah, that's interesting. So as I said, part of my goal is to bring practical AI, democratize the knowledge and all of that. So you don't have to be a scientist. If some of those things I've said are jargon to you, I am your friend. Like, you're definitely the kind of person I'm looking for, because ultimately, you know, computer science isn't valuable if you can't help people, if you can't really help people. So if you're here, you're not predominantly a computer science person or an engineer, you can still apply artificial intelligence in so many ways. In fact, one of the things that OpenAI is trying to do, and that deep learning also is trying to do, Andrew Ning has a course called AI for Everyone. Like, what they're trying to do is to make sure that everybody, regardless of your background, you can appreciate and value and use artificial intelligence. Like, I have a program called Monetize AI. It's a program that helps folks to start from the beginning to understand artificial intelligence context. And more importantly, hearing it from an African like you. They're not too fast, they're not too slow. You know, you can understand the nuances. They can make examples that are close to home. So people find it very valuable. That's why I had over 150 persons subscribe for a 50% class, you know, in the last cohort. And the fall cohort is also currently over 50 people have subscribed for the fall cohort, and the program is still starting October 14th. So basically, even if you're a graphic designer, you want to ask yourself, what tools can I use to make my work better and faster? How can I compete globally? How can I do this and be faster? Almost all the mainstream graphic design tools are beginning to add AI functionalities, but you have to be the one that is ahead of the pack when it comes to that. You have to be the one that is telling other graphic designers, organizing workshops for other graphic designers for the new AI competencies that have just been added to, for example, Adobe Photoshop, you know, or the Adobe Suite entirely. What is that new service that they've just added? What is that new feature they've just added? Because all of these guys are trying to be ahead, you know, of the pack as well. So think about like Midjourney and some of these new tools, you know, that are out there helping for photo editing, for graphic generation. You know, generative AI is completely shattering the philosophy of many graphic designers. That's the truth. Like, the whole idea is that the things you would take several weeks to do, you know, or several days to do, or several hours to do, they're being concluded within a short period of time. So I'll give you an example. I had this graphic design about a meetup that I was doing in London in July, you know, and that particular flyer was done, and I had been posting it on Instagram, you know, and I simply just needed I wanted myself wearing another suit within the same graphic flyer, if you get what I mean. Usually you would have to reach out to your graphic designer to go over it again. Do you understand? You have to ask them to do it for you again. And sometimes it could take a significant amount of time, you know, to get all of that done, right? And usually you will reach out to the person, you're in a different time zone, they're in a different time zone, and so on and so forth. All I just did was find out which of the tools had the capability to change the color of my jacket without changing the content inside without changing the content at all that is inside the design. So all I just did is upload it on Canva, and Canva now has this new AI functionality. You'll be surprised. You're a graphic designer, you're like, okay, really? So Canva also does AI? Yes, Canva actually does AI. So I went on Canva, which is a graphic design tool for those that are not familiar. I uploaded the picture of me wearing that colored suit, and I changed it to a couple of other colors from brown to gray without affecting it. I even changed my tie, put a rose petal here for me, and then I was able to vary the design before waking up. Now, that looks very, very small, right? It looks very tiny, but that's how much convenience that can give to you. Now, think about any other thing. You have an ID card that the picture you took of it is not good enough. You can enhance that picture just for the maybe organization you're submitting it to, have it clear. Think about somebody here. I don't know anybody here working in public health. You know, all those immunization forms and immunization cards. These immunization cards, they get so torn up very quickly. But you want to be able to store them digitally and enhance the image. You can use artificial intelligence to enhance that image using tools like Remini, using tools like Canva even, you know, and the AI functionalities they now have. What about pictures of our loved ones, you know, preserving memories? You have pictures of your loved ones that was taken long ago. Maybe that picture has actually worn out in your wallet, you know, or wherever they put it. And you can basically take a picture of that and then generate multiple images of the same person. You know, a couple of folks in my class, before they finished the class, they earned their money back. They basically went on to take all those photo apps to go and be creating headshots for people, and they were charging 10,000 naira for each headshot they were doing. And it only took them a few minutes to do that, you know, and these folks were making their money back. So as a graphic designer, as a fashion designers, this is really important for you. Like, you can get the image of somebody, decide their body style, generates, you know, the mock-up of what the dress will look like, wedding gown testing, what it will look like if you want something that's off shoulder, or you want something. So if you're a stylist, you're a bridal makeup artist, you can do all of these things and just show people. What about things like how the eyebrow should be? You can show samples of what a wider eyebrow, all of that. So my goal is really to be able to go into all of these industries and be able to tell you how it works. For insurance, creating insurance, validating insurance claims, identifying dents via analysis of images. So somebody can be on the field and say they have an accident, take a picture of it, and it will be analyzed by artificial intelligence, and the amount they're going to get back from the insurance company will be told to them right away. So you don't have to be an engineer to understand how all of this works, and you can build remarkable, successful businesses of any of these things.
Wow, very insightful. I was almost getting scared because it seems like the jobs like have been taken over. Like all what you're describing is like, okay, the graphic designer is not going to have any job to do. But at the end of the day, you still said, okay, those who join your last cohort, who joined the last training session, were already making their money even before the end of the training, which is quite interesting because within the AI space, I mean, one of the common phrases you hear is that those who AI is not coming to take your job, but those who fail to upgrade their skill sets are those whom AI is going to take over their jobs. So like you said, so many things are becoming easily automatable, easily can be done by anyone, anywhere else, but you have to have the right skills and be trained by the right person. So which is very interesting. I mean, that which leads us to our next question. Oh, we have a question here. It seems like we have a next question. Yes, so are jobs at risk? This is one of the questions it's always been asked to always look at, because what you describe is almost like a doomsday apocalypse scenario where people are like, if you are not skilled enough, you're going to lose your job. So how do you see the job market going forward? Like, since everybody can now do the same thing, so what's really happening? What's the differentiator? What's the differentiating factor in the job market as you see it now and in the nearest possible future?
Can you repeat that question? I missed that part.
What do you think the job market is going to look like? Because it seems like if you're not skilled enough, AI will take over your job.
Yeah, but you already said it right? Because I know you are in the space. So yeah, if you don't upgrade your skills, that's where we can say AI is going to take your jobs. The truth is that the AI will take the jobs of a lot of people. Automation is going to, like, I mean, if all you do as a photographer is that you take professional headshots, that's the best thing you are in, then AI is coming for you. So what you want to do is to begin to actually offer a service where people don't have to come to basically come and take the photography in your studio. That's just an idea. You can say, okay, maybe you charge 800 Ghana cedis normally for this photo shoot when people come to you. You can decide now that if people come to you, you're going to charge them 1,500 Ghana cedis, so that But if they don't come to you and they can send you a few of their photos, you are going to make them AI photos for 250 Ghana cedis. Now, when you do that, you are not waiting for some whiz kid somewhere to come and create that and take your job away. You've created, okay, if I have to be somewhere in person, it has to be worth it. But now I can do these AI-generated photos, edit it without my customer even knowing. In fact, they will be flabbergasted. They will be surprised, that you can actually make these things happen. And as somebody who understands editing, you will be better than a random computer science guy because already you understand. That's what we must not forget this. The fact that domain expertise will continue to be there, especially for creatives. Your domain expertise as a creative will always be there. You will do great as somebody who has years of experience. All you need to do is to augment those skills with artificial intelligence so you can get better at it, right? So I see the job, landscape of the future becoming that anything that is already what's that word now? Anything that is repeatable, that is mundane, all of those tasks are going to get automated. Anything that when you get to the office, that's what you do every day. Like anything that once you get to the office, that's what you do every day. That means that's a repeatable task. It doesn't require nuances and all of that. All that is going to be automated. Now, even tasks that require nuances, there's a lot of intelligence now built into platforms that can reply emails, do all of that. Just a little human support will be needed. Firefly's AI is helping to take notes at meetings. So why must we have someone else who is going to be a secretary taking notes at the meetings? Very soon, somebody is going to combine Firefly's AI that can take a note and join it with another AI like maybe Synthesia that can make a video so that the secretary is going to take, so Firefly will take the notes and then Synthesia is going to read the minutes to us by the next meeting. Now, this is what we agreed as the action points in the next meeting. And here are the things I suggest to ensure that we can do this faster. Just imagine a future like that. So rather than hiring 10, 15 people, you can hire fewer people. And humans will then use their time to do more important things, more meaningful things. That's what I see. So there will be new careers created. Prompt engineering is a new career that has been created. There will be folks who need to design these models and avatars, design augmented reality, and all of those. So there is going to be a lot more roles created. You just have to re-educate yourself and decide that you're going to embrace lifelong learning, for yourself. Somebody's asking, can I just be answering the questions? I see them on the chat.
Sure, we'll get to the question. Like,
okay,
yes.
You want us to
great,
drive
great,
the conversation?
Yeah, I like the last phrase. Said like we have to re-educate ourselves, and domain expertise will still always be needed. So if you're going to go deep and become the best you can become in a particular field. But repetitive tasks will become mundane, which is obvious. I mean, and new jobs will be created. So this is a very good start in terms of talking about jobs and upskilling yourself. Like myself, I'm also upskilling. The things I'm doing is not looking feasible anymore. I mean, I have to add more skill sets and become better at what I do. So I think this should bring us to the point where we now look at your course. I mean, this is it's a training that you're doing. It's an online program. I believe it's an online course. Anybody can join from anywhere in the world. Can you tell us more about your program, that the program that's coming up? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Godwin. See, guys, the point is, I decided, right, after spending 7 years working at Microsoft, and, writing this book about artificial intelligence, I basically decided that I was going to bring the knowledge of AI to folks who necessarily didn't study computer science or those who have actually technical skills but have never monetized artificial intelligence. There are two things. You might have the knowledge, but you've never made money from it, right? You might have the knowledge, never made money from it. Inside the pandemic, I made over $100,000 consulting and creating solutions for companies on artificial intelligence. And over the last couple of years, I've made nearly $1 million doing this, and the profile is there. You can go check it out. Like, I didn't even know like Godwin was going to ask me to talk about like the course itself. He just messaged me some days ago and said, I need a flyer for the course and all of that. Anyways, I mean, I'm like, no problems. Because basically, if you check like my profile online, my LinkedIn, my Instagram, you would see, most of these things. So the program is actually I actually wanted to share my screen as well to show something. I wanted to show something.
Oh, you can do that.
Let me provide some perspective to those who are on the call. Basically, wait, can you guys see? Thank you. Using Zoom, it's showing something else. I'm just going to minimize this. Can you guys see the screen? The screen that shows my AI avatar.
Yes, please. Course. Yes, we can see your screen.
Now, this is the summer program. The summer program I had, can you see, 145 attendees that bought online. Some people paid via other means like bank account transfer and all those things. The program sold eventually for $1,000 at the end of the program. At the end of the program, that's how much the program sold for at the end of the registration period, right? Now, this next program is starting October 14. Actually, this platform has it in a different time zone. It's starting October 14th in West African time zone, and it is currently at $300. Now, in 2 days, actually, it was supposed to move to $499 on September 5th, which is 2 days ago. But I did a webinar with somebody who really wants their audience to partake. As a result, I decided to extend it to September 7th, which is tomorrow. So by tomorrow, this will go to $499. As of today, it's still $300. This $300 may look like a lot of money, but when you think about the value of what you gain, number one, from the program, it's 9 modules taking over 8 weeks. The fact that you monetize during the program, like create product, services, tools. I'm going to do about 8 labs for you guys. These labs focus on practical, and you will do those labs, and then it provides you support, after the program as well. So this is something that it's like sort of like a giveaway amount right now. You can see there are 41 attendees already. Again, these are people who are paying online. Other people are paying offline. These are people that are paying online. And the program starts October. So we still have the whole of September, but by the time it's next 2 weeks, it'll be $499. Later on, before the program, maybe 2 weeks to the program, it'll be back to the actual cost, which is $1,000. So I encourage you to take a look at it and get it, and, I'm going to share the link of it. I think, Godwin, you have the link. So I just wanted to give you that perspective because I don't want it to be like, we're just describing, something to you that you don't know what the perspective actually is. So anybody that is interested, if you're not able to at this time, don't worry, your time will come and you will try it again. Maybe next year when the cohort is happening. I'm not sure it will be that cheap because now the demand is getting too much. So it looks like there might never sell for that amount anymore. And you'll be looking back and be like, oh my God, look at that cost. I got it for that amount then. So it's really up to you to take it on. But Godwin was going to share the link in the chat. Or do you want me to share it? Okay, you already
shared the link already. I've shared it.
Right.
So the link,
share the link in the chat.
yes.
Pick it up and just take action on it as quickly as possible. By tomorrow is at $499, which I won't mind. I won't mind you buying it tomorrow or Friday at $499. It's just that, you're dashing me extra $199 just to incentivize those who join early, basically.
Wow. I wish our community were going to get a special discount. I mean, you have to give us something special.
Special. There's already a special discount because I decided to extend it. Beyond that.
There's no harm in asking for more special discounts. I mean, this is very good. I think it's great because you need a guide. I mean, the information are out there scattered, but having someone who has curated a course and help you navigate the path and know what he's doing, has been in the industry for 6 years. I mean, you're paying for the experience. I think it's even on the low side. Yeah, $300. I mean, $400. And as I said, you can start monetizing your skills before the end of the program. So today's session, we are highlighting a product, a skill set. There's no referral. This is not a referral link. Like I'm not getting anything.
Nope. let me give them something courtesy of you, so that they are aware that you don't have any gain in this. So I'm going to give them this courtesy of you. Normally, I send the book only to those who buy from $5.99 and above. But for your class, this book is selling for $27 on Amazon. So $27, that's additional $27. But this will be for anybody who gets the course today. If you get the course today and you are part of Godwin's network or community, I'm going to ship these books to him and he's going to get it across to you in Ghana.
This video is going to go out by tomorrow, so maybe we'll extend that offer to tomorrow.
No, you are pushing it now, Godwin, because that's not me.
Yeah.
I just want to be sure these are people that they're not even saying anything in the chat. So I don't
a lot of people didn't join. We just have barely 15 people. A lot of them said that, I should send them the link. They can't join. The timing is bad and all of that. So we are begging you, please.
Because I don't see them saying they want it in the. So it's like
they're still processing. They are still processing it anyway. So let's go back. Let's wrap up the questions and let's it's an interesting session understanding how to monetize the AI skills. I saw some questions here. in the chat box, in the chat section. Michela, I think it's Michela from Italy, she said, you need to have stakeholders. In your view, which is the role of stakeholders to monetize AI? I don't quite get it. I don't know if you understand the question. Mr. Olusola, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Do you understand the question? You need to have stakeholders. In your view, which of the role of stakeholders to monetize? I don't know if Michaela is okay. Michaela, she's standing on the camera.
You need money to get started the activity. I mean, the stakeholders are people who look at your project and if the project does seems good, they give you money.
Yeah,
So,
if I
do you
understand.
see this role in the stakeholders in the AI project or not? I mean, this monetize AI, what does it mean? That you need also these people or not? Or you can survive only with your skills?
Yeah, I mean, in everything in life, you need people, right? So your network is important. Your influence is important. Who you reach out to is important. So there are stakeholders that are needed, actually. You know, some of these stakeholders could be your existing customers, or they could actually be new customers who are learning about your new competency for the first time. If you attend the program, part of it is that we actually help you to begin the process of telling the world about what you are learning. So you're going to make LinkedIn posts, Instagram posts, Facebook posts to tell people about what you're learning the first week. Second week, you are doing some case studies of papers that you have read, reviewing it, and you repost it. So gradually, you are informing your network about your newly found competencies and skills. And of course, those people would have demand for it, you know, but everything requires starting with some form of investment. Of course, there are lots of free courses, free papers.
Yeah, this is the point. You need an investment. I mean,
absolutely.
You need money. I mean, you need to search for people who can be interested in your project and eventually get money from them. In this, I think the rule is quite interesting in the artificial intelligence jobs or not.
Absolutely, absolutely. I look forward to having you, Michaela, in the program, definitely.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, if also I don't join in your program, I got your gift, and it's quite interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, thank you so much, Michaela, for that question. Our next question is from Yao, a free far. This should be a Ghanaian. The Ghanaian, how can AI be used in filmmaking, writing, screenplays, editing, etc.? I think this is the area of generative AI. You want to shed some light on in that space in filmmaking, the art world?
Absolutely, absolutely. Did you hear what happened recently with Netflix, where when there was the writer strike, you know, actor strike?
Yes, in Hollywood.
Los Angeles, Hollywood. You know, they were basically looking to hire an AI, you know, engineer for $900,000. You know, the average OpenAI engineer actually earns $925,000. You know, so basically, I just digress. But to your question, writing of scripts and film and stories, it's really, really something that you can use artificial intelligence for. And I'm not even talking about those who have never written scripts before. I'm talking about professionals who currently write scripts. Let's say it takes you 16 days to finish it, 2 weeks. Normally 2 weeks, that's what it takes you to finish, you know, your script. Today with artificial intelligence, you can write the plots and basically ask the generative AI to write the remaining part of the script. You can write a miniature version of the script and ask it to develop it act by act, scene by scene. You know, you can give context and edit, and as you continue to train the AI, it gets better at doing that job. So basically, several documentation that is required, casting, you know, roles, all of those kind of things, you can basically find, you know, ways to use artificial intelligence to do it. Now, in the filmmaking process itself, there are several things across the value chain. Like every project, filmmaking is a project and it requires project management. And artificial intelligence comes very handy in project management, in determining the timelines, schedules, managing timelines, suggesting what should be done when you are shooting against timeline, and those things like that. What you just need to do as a filmmaker is embrace every single AI technology you can embrace. Keep testing, keep tweaking, look at the one that works for you and go deeper in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll be having a session in the art industry with the media school, but that'll be an in-person session at the end of this month. So if you are in Ghana, Accra, you can come to GA schools and join us. And it's a media school, so we'll be exploring this generative AI in the filmmaking area as well. So yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Olusola. Second question from Gerhard. Gerhard says, what's the role of AI in data analytics or data science? Do you know
the role of AI? So I read an article 3 years ago on Forbes that says that data scientists will not be needed by the end of the decade. And because I was running an artificial intelligence school at the time, I was running a data and AI school at the time, and I was working hard to train data scientists. I felt offended. I thought it was just one of those headlines. But of course, as you can see recently, most of the work that data scientists have to do, which actually have to do with data cleaning, data modeling, building new algorithms, artificial intelligence is now doing it. Like ChatGPT can write code, can write algorithms, can explain algorithms, can clean data. If you upload data on the paid version, it can actually clean the data, remove missing rows, remove duplicates, outlier data, all of those kind of things. These are all things that data scientists have to do. There's this platform called Rose, rose.com, ROWS. Rose is like going to kill Excel. That's what people say. Because once you put your Excel data in it, like it would explain, it will give you insights, give you Rose, right? ROW, rose.com. Yeah, ROWS, rose.com.
Okay.
Go check it out. No,
Rose.
Rose.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, go check it out. I mean, just like from data, Rose. Go check it out. Like this Rose AI. I'm not even sure if it's at rose.com, but let me see. Rose AI. Yeah, rose.com. Yes, rose.com. So go check it out. It's amazing. It's your personal data analyst. So all the job that data analysts used to have, you can imagine that most of that is going. Most of that is going. So you have to be like really, really ready for what's going on. This is the screen. This is what the website looks like. So go check them out. Look at the demo of what it does. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I know that I'm not sharing. Okay. I don't know if I'm sharing. Am I sharing my own audio? Can you guys hear?
The title.
We can see, we can hear you. We can hear the audio.
Good. Let's get that data in. Okay, let's do this. Trend of clicks over time. I need that. Let's add some life to this. And a bit more context here. Like that. Now, let's try something else. How many purchases did we have per campaign?
Look at that.
Done. Easy. Let's bring this home. That's what I call a dream team.
So you definitely want to go.
This job is going.
Exactly. So your job as a data analyst or a data scientist, that's your job right through the window. But the good thing is that's not how it is. We just say that just to be sensational sometimes. It's not exactly like that. There are things that it will take somebody. I'm trying to unshare my screen, but I can't find where my Zoom is actually, I can't find it. Anyways, I'm trying to unshare my screen. If you can help me unshare, like maybe share something else that would unshare my screen, but basically, as a data scientist or as somebody who is in data science, this doesn't mean that this is going to take your job completely. In fact, it's supposed to aid you to do better job, do the data analysis much quicker than any other person, and that's what this is supposed to be about. So be excited about it rather than be scared about it, and that's really how you win here.
Awesome. I'm also looking forward to end the screen share. I can't see it on the, I'm only seeing a red button that says end. I don't know if that's going to end the whole call
No, that's
altogether. So I'm being
that could
careful.
end the whole call, so do not.
So I'm being careful right now. All right. So that's rows in Excel, rows and color, rows.com/AI. Awesome. Fantastic. So thank you so much, sir. Are there any more questions? You can unmute yourself and ask the question, or you can raise your hands. We are wrapping up now in an insightful time. For those who want to join the cohorts, please, the link is in the comment section. Okay, great, we're back. Awesome. So where's my participants? Any other questions,
hello.
please? Oh, great. Yeah, hello, can hear you.
Yeah, I would like to find out from our expert. Let's say you have maybe a friend who probably has an engineering background, but has not actually, practiced for quite a long time. He has not been able to really work within the industry due to, the lack of jobs in, Africa, the situation. But the person has really diverted and maybe he's doing something that is not even related to IT in any way. But his interest is so much, in the IT field. So the person wants to, let me say, switch careers. The person wants to move from, let me use a telecommunication engineering as example, or probably computer engineering. That the person wants to move from that space into AI. After the person is done, studying the AI, how effective is the person going to be able to implement what he has learned, or what are some of the hurdles the person might face trying to really switch, careers?
Yeah, I don't see it so much as a career switch. I actually just see it as empowering yourself additionally. So I don't see it as a career switch. I kind of see it as you are adding more value to yourself. So if you're a software engineer, even though you haven't practiced for a long time, the principles of software development and engineering, you will still remember it. But this time around, you have to roll your sleeves and go sort of hands-on keyboard to build these solutions, or be an architect that is directing the building of these solutions. I haven't been coding for some time because specifically, like, I study computer engineering, computer science, I have a master's in, cybersecurity, did a master's in artificial intelligence and all of that. But I'm basically not building ML models or anything. I chose artificial intelligence evangelism. I wanted to make sure people can use AI, in practical ways. So if you don't want to code, if you don't want to do all of that, there's still a lot you can actually do. There's a lot you can pick up. There's a lot you can learn. And the moment you gather the skills, the demand is there. Like there's not enough artificial intelligence experts, engineers, prompt engineers, consultants, because there are many new roles that are being created now in the field of AI. So you can basically choose what path you're going to go and what you're really going to follow. But I'm more than happy to guide you as well.
Thanks so much. I would also like to know, are there remotes after the training, and after practicing so well, getting so much adept with the skills one has acquired? Are there remote jobs that one can just stay at home and then do, other than probably having to be on site or be in the office, being formally employed to actually work? Are there remote jobs?
So there are two directions to go. The first direction is you can be an entrepreneur, meaning that you're on your own. You source for contracts, you build solutions for people, you consult, you're on your own terms. You can work from home, work from anywhere. If you want to go the career pathway, there are two as well. In the career pathway, now you have to depend on what the employer has to offer, right? The employer can say they can do remote, or the employer can request for on-site. If on-site doesn't work for you, you can try to get the remote jobs, which will be reduced in terms of the quantity of jobs that are remote, because everybody wants people to come back into the office now. So it really depends on what direction you want to go. But what should be undeniable is the fact that you're very skilled in this field. And because you are skilled, you are in demand.
Okay, thanks so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Gerhard, for that question. We hope you enjoyed the session. All right, so we have one more question which embodies on copyright infringement. We're wrapping up now. We have 4 minutes. We gotta go. What about copyright? Will I be able to alter, or the AI will, or the AI, if something is blocking my view here, work together, or the AI and I? Okay. I think
So
it's going about
basically,
copyright. Yeah, script writing
so
and copyright.
basically, the area of copyright in artificial intelligence is still very, very murky. The legal and ethical issues is one of the classes we take in my program. And these legal and ethical issues, you need to be aware of all the considerations that exists, issues of transparency, issues of bias, and so on and so forth. But many of these guidelines have not been released on who owns the copyright. For example, it was ruled in one of the states in the US that nobody owns copyright to AI-generated art. So if you generate an AI-generated art, you can't really call it something copyrighted, meaning it can be stolen or you can protect it. But there are still other organizations that are saying that if I generate an article with AI, it is my article because I'm the one who wrote the prompts that made the AI to give me the content. But you don't need to worry about all of that because at the end of the day, AI is supposed to assist you, not do all the work. So you're supposed to do that initial work, provide the prompt, then the AI completes it, and then you can eventually edit and also add your voice and tone to it.
And to add onto that quickly, I hope that answers the question. Even OpenAI is in court currently. Some authors have taken them to court that they use their work to train their model. So it's a very murky ground right now. Things are still being fleshed out. So yeah, I believe it, as it says, it's going to be covered in the course. So if you take it, you're going to understand more about it. So last question, please, Samuel. Last question, please, from Samuel.
I actually answered Samuel already because.
Okay, so please, I would like to ask. Hello.
Go on.
Hello.
Go on, please.
Yeah, please, I would like to ask how. Okay, so please, I would like to ask how AI is going to help me in studying cybersecurity and also graphic design.
So we already discussed how it can help in graphic design earlier, so I'll suggest you watch the recording. But for cybersecurity, basically, there are new artificial intelligence tools, especially for fraud detection. AI is really good at demonstrating and determining patterns in large amount of data. So these patterns, basically anything that is an outlier or anything that is an anomaly can be quickly detected and taken care of. And a lot of things you do in cybersecurity is, pen testing, anomaly detection, and all those kind of things. So, but it's a broad field, so I doubt that we can basically expatiate into that over now, but I can assure you it's really going to help you.
Fantastic. Finally, can this course be taken on a mobile device?
This course can, yes, be taken on a mobile device, but we strongly, I say strongly 7 times, encourage you to use computer, a desktop computer. People have joined, let's say they are running late from a meeting, they can join from their mobile phone, but all the labs you have to practice, will require you to be sitting behind a computer. So, but if you don't have a computer yet, your goal should be to just get on the course before the course starts, start working on getting like a small desktop computer or something, but you will need that eventually.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Olusola. We appreciate your time. Very insightful session. And the promising course, a very good course out there as well for people to join and learn and enter into new market and break new frontiers and upskill themselves. We thank you so much for this session. And before we go, I also have my own short course coming out for those who want to. Mine is just a little one. That's how I also make money. I also realize I also have to monetize what I do and not just having events that are not monetized. So this is quickly, I'm introducing I'm learning from Mr. Olusola as well. We are having our first training session. It's called Learn How to Build WhatsApp Chatbots. Like I mentioned already, the chatbot industry is $100 billion industry in the next 2 years as a projection that is being made. And I've put together a little course for those who have no coding experience or no technical experience as well. And everybody uses WhatsApp in Africa. You're in Africa, almost everybody you know is on WhatsApp. So how can you reach your clients on WhatsApp? How can you serve? What are you going to be able to do here? You're going to be able to do a little bit more than what WhatsApp business can offer. So you can be able to plug into back-end services of database of e-commerce platform and build more powerful tools programmatically. So this is what we are doing. If you know someone who needs this course or you can buy for someone, please buy and support in France business. So I don't know if yes, so thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to drop the I'm dropping the link. If you want to learn more about it, you can just go to this link. I've dropped the link in the chat box, and you can learn more about it. It's very cheap. I don't think the price won't remain like this after the first cohort. We're going to move it up.
Let me say something about it. If you don't join Godwin's program to learn how to build a chatbot now, you will join it much later, even when it's more expensive. So I encourage you to join it. I actually feel like it's really going to help you, so consider joining it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Without further ado, okay, the course starts in October 14th. The price will be changing tomorrow. So please share the video, get it for somebody, and get registered and buy the course. $300 if you can get it today. It's going to move up to $499 tomorrow. So please move fast, ask for the money. As I said, people are already making their money. They used to buy the course already before they even finish building. It's a practical one to invest in upskilling. Thank you so much. See you, everybody. Any final word, Mr. Lusola? Final words?
I just want to say, if you get the course at that amount and you are entitled to the book, you have to reach out to Godwin, because there's no way we will know, because other people are getting the course. So reach out to Godwin. Godwin will tell me that, hey, somebody says you owe them a book because they got your course, and we'll confirm all of that and we'll ship it across to Godwin. You all have a wonderful time. I wish you guys the best, and definitely keep exploring. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.